Hey everyone, Pollywog here, and today I'm going to show you how to turn some fall leaves into little leaf critters. So in your kit you've got some eye stickers. You can also use googly eyes if you have them on hand. You've got a couple pieces of paper, a brown piece of construction paper and a white. You've got a couple different markers, but you are welcome to use more markers if you have some on hand. And you've got some different leaves in your kit. Now, I just put a variety of leaves that I found outside. You are welcome to ask your parents if you want to go outside and find more leaves in your backyard, in the park. Just talk to your parents and see if that's okay. All right, I'm going to tilt my camera down and we'll get started. Okay, so the one thing that you're going to want from home is a hot glue gun. You are welcome to try to use other types of glue if you don't have a hot glue gun on hand, but I have found that a hot glue gun is what works the quickest and the best for gluing down leaves. So to start off with, I'm going to show you how to make a butterfly. I've got 4 leaves, 2 that are the same and 2 that are the same. So I tried to find different colors. It's going to make it easier to make those wings. And I'm just going to go ahead and decide which leaves I want to be my top leaves and which to be my bottom. I think I'm going to go ahead and make my my green leaf on the bottom. So I just put a dab of hot glue on the back, and now I'm just going to glue it down somewhere on my white piece of paper. I'm going to take my red leaf, do the same thing, put a strip of hot glue on the back. I'm being really careful not to touch that hot glue, and now I'm going to put it up here, and you can see I made them resemble a wing. Oops, we need a little bit more hot glue right there. There we go. And you can see I made it resemble a wing by putting it at a little angle. And I'm going to do the same thing on this side. Now butterflies are symmetrical, so I tried to pick leaves that looked very similar. It's okay to also step outside of the box and make leaves that look totally different for your butterfly. Now I'm going to do the same thing on this other side. So I'm just taking my glue, putting a dab of it on the back. I'm going to turn it over and glue it down. So now it looks like that. And I'm going to take one of my markers from my kit. I've got a brown one here. And I'm going to draw the rest of my butterfly. So my butterfly needs a little body. And alternatively, you are welcome to just try and find things that are inside of your kit. So if you wanted to use the stems from a leaf or even go find some other things outside, that's okay too. I'm just going to be really simple and do a little drawing. And then I'm going to go ahead and make some antenna. And for me, that butterfly is done. So you can see it looks just like a little cute butterfly with the main part of it being leaves. And I'm just going to be doing a couple different examples of different critters on my sheet. But I just want to mention, these 2 sheets are just for you to use however you like. If you like the critters to just be on the leaf and you just want to add things to the leaf and not glue the leaf down, that's totally fine. If you want to glue them all to one of your papers, that's totally fine. If you want to cut out parts of the paper to add to the leaf for little hands and feet, also totally fine. Really lots of different ways you can do this. So now I'm going to glue down one of these leaves. I'm going to try to make what will look like kind of like a little fox, or it might look like a little deer to some people. So I'm going to glue this leaf down face side up. I just want to mention, when the hot glue is on the back of the leaf, the front of the leaf still feels pretty warm. So just be careful when you're pressing it down. Now I'm going to take my eye stickers, and I'm going to use these long oval ones. I'm just going to stick them right down. If the eye stickers have a hard time sticking, you can alternatively put a little dab of hot glue down, but they shouldn't really need the hot glue. Now I'm going to take one of my colored pieces of paper. So I've got the brown paper, and I'm just going to cut out a little circle to be the nose. You could also alternatively use a leaf for this part if you prefer. I'm going to glue it right onto the tip. He kind of looks like a little mouse to me, or kind of like a little coyote. The last thing I'm going to do is make some ears. So I did say that this is supposed to be a fox, so I'm just going to make 2 pointy ears out of that brown paper that I have on hand. Trying to make them similar sizes, but not really caring too much how they look. And now I'm going to just put little dabs of hot glue on either side, and that's where his little ears will get added. And that's that cute little guy. Now I'm going to attempt to make a little owl. So I'm going to take this little green leaf I've got. I'm going to trim off this stem just because I don't need it, and to make some room on my paper. I'm going to glue the back of the leaf. I'm going to go ahead and press that leaf down on my paper. Now I'm going to pick out some leaves that would make good wings. So I'm going to go similar to the route I went for my butterfly. But for this one, I'm actually going to be using multiple leaves to make it look like feathers. So I've got one leaf and I'm going to go ahead and glue it on at a little bit of an angle so it kind of looks like a wing, just like that. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. Take my glue, put it on the back of my leaf, trying to line my leaves up, but you can see my leaves are 2 different sizes. That's okay. Leaves are all different sizes. Now I'm going to take smaller leaves that are the same shape, and I'm going to glue them at an angle right on top. But you can see it's an angle because it's coming off the side like that, and that makes it look a little bit more like feathers. You could do that with 2 leaves, you could do that with 3 leaves, you could do it with however many leaves you choose. I think I might just go ahead and do one more leaf on this one. So I'm just going to put that hot glue on the back. I'm going to pull it around, and I'm just going to go ahead and glue it down, just like that. One more on the back, put a little strip of hot glue, and I'm going to glue it down. So now it looks like that, and you can see it really looks like little wings there. Now I'm going to go ahead and pick 2 eyes. I think sometimes owls look like they're kind of angry or annoyed, so I'm going to choose these funny little eyes right here. He kind of looks like, why'd you just wake me up? Now, I don't have yellow paper on hand. If you have yellow paper or like a little yellow leaf to make as the beak, go for it. I'm just going to use a little bit of my brown paper because that's what I have on hand. And to make it really look like an owl, I'm going to put it right underneath the eyes. And then there's one last thing I think always makes an owl look like an owl, and that is adding an eyebrow. So what I do is I cut out a wide triangle that looks like that with my paper, and then I cut out another triangle from inside of it. So I go down, and then I go down. And I usually just pull that paper out from the middle. And then if I really want to make it look like an eyebrow, sometimes I'll cut the little strip at the end to make it look like hair. This is totally optional. And I'm going to put it right in between the eyes on the top. I did a little bit of hot glue there. And I'm going to add my little eyebrow there. And he looks so cute and so annoyed, like a cute little owl. I'm also going to show you one last thing, which is when you take your leaf, you glue it on the back, just like we've been doing for all these other ones. But now, instead of adding more leaves, you're actually going to just use your pins to draw. And there's a few different ways and different kinds of critters you can make using this method. But once your leaf is all glued down, we're going to turn this little guy into a hedgehog. So I'm just going to make his head come out from right here. He's only going to have one eye because we're looking at him from the side. I'm going to put his little ears right there. And then I'm just going to draw his little legs. I'm going to draw 4 little legs for him. And because he's a little hedgehog, I'm going to make him look like he has little hairs coming off. So I'm actually doing this on the leaf and coming off the leaf too. Now he kind of looks more like a porcupine than a hedgehog, but I still think he's really cute. So I'm going to leave him this way. So there's lots of different ways you can do this. You can do what I'm doing right now. You can draw little critters. You can make them out of the leaves like we did for these other guys. Really no wrong way to make leaf critters. So I'm excited to see what different kinds of little critters you guys come up with. Feel free to find more leaves in your backyard. Feel free to add more stuff to these little leaf people. Lots of different ways you can do it. All right, everyone, that's it for me. I hope you enjoyed this fall mini lesson, and I look forward to seeing you for the next one. See you later.